Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos, giving them thumbs ups, and even sharing them. And if you're stopping by for the first time, I really appreciate you clicking on this video, and I can promise you, you're gonna learn a lot from today's recipe. Today's DIY recipe is very simple, easy to prepare, but you need to make sure you are paying attention to it so you do not miss any of the steps. These are dried rosemary herbs. Rosemary is great when it comes to hair growth. It can stimulate blood flow to the scalp to help improve new healthy hair growth. Rosemary can also treat scalp issues like dandruff and any other thing that can clog your follicles and make it hard for you to grow your hair. Adding rosemary herbs to your hair care routine will also prevent hair fall, hair breakages, and strengthen your hair strands. So I measured about a tablespoon of rosemary herbs, put in a mason jar, and put it aside. At this point, I'm going to add my carrier oil. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil today. Feel free to use any oil of your choice. You can use coconut oil, avocado oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, any plant-based oil that you prefer. I love using olive oil because of what it does to my hair. Olive oil will add some shine to your hair. It is a lightweight oil, so when you apply it, it penetrates into your follicles and actually does the work. Adding olive oil to your hair care routine can also prevent hair breakages. So I measured about 5 to 6 tablespoons of my olive oil, but there is no specific measurement to this. The key to this recipe is to make sure your carrier oil covers the natural ingredients you are using. So you just have to make sure you put enough oil to cover the natural ingredients, which in this case is the rosemary herbs. Once you have it like so, you're going to put it in the hot water. You're going to use the double boiler method to infuse the rosemary herbs with the oil. And here you are. If you're still watching this video to this point and you haven't shown your girl some love, what are you waiting for? Please show your girl some love by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell so each time I upload DIYs for hair growth like these, you will always be notified. And do not forget to share this video with your friends, your families, as well as on your social media platforms. Thank you for doing all that. Alright, so after using the double boiler method to infuse this oil, I had to set it aside overnight for it to even infuse longer. The longer you leave it, the better. So you can leave it sitting for about 2 or 3 days. It's all up to you. But I'm going to show you what I do to get a higher concentration of the rosemary in the oil. There is a trick I use which I'm going to show you shortly. So make sure you're not skipping any part of this video. So once I have my oil like so, I'm going to add essential oil to it. This is one trick that will help your rosemary oil work even much faster. You can add any essential oil of your choice, but I'm going to add rosemary essential oil since we are using rosemary herbs. Adding essential oils to your DIY recipes can help maximize the benefit of any DIY recipe. It is also going to add to the fragrance of any DIY recipe. So when I added those few drops of rosemary herbs to my DIY rosemary hair growth oil, it improved the smell. It also helps it to work much better. I'm also going to add 1 capsule of vitamin E oil. You don't need much, just a few drops will do the trick. Some vitamin E oil comes in a bottle, which you can add a few drops, or you can always get a capsule and use 1 capsule depending on the quantity you are trying to make. Vitamin E oil will prevent hair breakages and strengthen your hair strands, so I love to add them to my DIY recipes. One thing I love about DIY recipes is you can always add whatever you want, all these great ingredients that can help with hair growth to your DIY recipes and get all the benefits that you need. Once you add that, it is all ready. So this is the trick I do. I make sure I wash one of those fresh rosemary herbs, make sure it's completely dry, then I put it in my oil. Once this is sitting on the counter, it keeps infusing. Even though I use this oil daily, because I have this in there, it keeps infusing the rosemary herbs or the nutrients in the rosemary with the oil. When you do this, if you're going to keep the oil for a much longer time, you need to add some preservatives because the fresh rosemary herbs has some kind of water content in it. Otherwise, you can just leave the dried rosemary herbs in there, then you wouldn't need any preservatives. But just make sure whenever you apply it, those little particles of the rosemary herbs doesn't get into your hair. Use this oil at least 4 times a week on your scalp, on your hair strands, then massage it in. Let me know in the comment section if this is something you would love to try. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you in my next one.